Hey everybody. Alright, so we're back. This is the calculator video on square roots, and I'm just going to call it in general radicals. So there are a few different places and uses for the square root button. If you notice, it is right on the main screen of your calculator. It's right here, the square root button. In order to get to it, you're obviously going to have to hit the blue button second to get to that. They're color-coded. So you hit the second button to hit any of these blue buttons on your calculator, the green button alpha to hit any of those green letters or other options on your calculator. All right, so if I'm going to do the square root of 4, for example, I'm going to hit second square root, and I'm going to type 4 in. Notice the arrow. If I keep typing, like I want to do plus 5, notice that's underneath the radical. So be careful, I may or may not want that. I may want to just have the square root of 4 and then arrow out and then add 5 to it. So be really careful because that and this are two very, very different answers. So notice, okay? Um, you might want something other than a square root. So now we call it a square root because technically there's a little hidden 2 in this radical. There are other options for that. So if I hit math, you'll notice choice 4 and choice 5 here are also using radicals, but choice 4 is what we call a cube root because it's the power of 3, right? So something like 9 is not cube root very well, but something like 8 actually cube roots very well because 2 times 2 times 2, I'm holding up 3 fingers, is 8. So cube root is hidden underneath the math button. There's another button, which is choice 5, where you're going to have to fill in what root you want. Now, if you want just a plain square root, that's a 2, but you don't necessarily need to do that. Like I showed you before, a plain old square root of 4 will also work. But the other root, so option 5 right here, where it has x, you can put any number in there you want. But really, for algebra, you're probably only going to be limited to square root, but I did want to show you the other features of square root also. So just to let you know, square root. Thanks, guys.